as the globalists continue in their campaign of you will have nothing and be happy because you don't have to worry about losing anything, I guess. And you're going to be equal with the Joneses. Remember, it's all about equity because they have nothing. Nobody has anything. So who is there to compete with? How can you have a Jones race? But I digress. We've been lulled into a sense of smart technology and how it's actually going to make our life easier. Well, it could. But then again, too, it might not. It could. But unfortunately, to be able to have the smart devices necessary to make our life easier, about smart thermostat, smartphone, smart Alexa, smart house, smart home. Well, you do realize that the more that you give your, shall we say, permission to big tech, if I have a smart device, somebody's running that smart device. And it's human nature. And if you don't believe that companies will abuse that trust that we have placed in them to use these smart devices, you need to watch this video. Yeah, I wanted to cover this mainly because nobody ever really does. You don't hear much about this. The last time you heard of anything similar to this was when Apple Computer slowed down all of the older smartphones. Well, they, of course, had a good reason. They were looking out for their customers. The batteries were getting weaker, even though they have no idea how much that person used. He could have had the phone off sitting in the closet for the last 5 years. But no, the batteries were getting worse, so they needed to slow it down. And, of course, the timing of the slowdown in the CPU and the speed of these smartphones was just as they released a new iPhone. But I want you guys to take a look at this because, again, it's not talked about enough. Power companies in Texas are remotely raising temperatures inside some customer homes and the state's ongoing energy shortage. So what's going on in Texas right now is they're saying there's an energy shortage going on. And they're trying to get people to raise the temperature on their thermostats or to try, conserve on power so they can get through the summer. Houston residential Brandon English, whose home has an internet-connected smart thermostat installed, was shocked to learn of the practice after his wife and infant daughter woke up sweating. Well, the power company knows how warm you should be or how cool you should be. And it's all for the greater good, for mankind. Speaking with KHOU 11, English stated that despite his wife turning down the temperature before taking a nap with her 3-year-old child, the temperature in their house rose significantly. They'd been asleep long enough that the house had already gotten to 78 degrees. That's pretty warm. You at least warn somebody so they can break out the fans. English said, so they woke up sweating. English, who expressed concern over the potential for his young child to overheat and dehydrate. All right, come on, you're pushing it a little bit there, English, but all right, we got the point. Let's put a little drama on this. It could have overheated and dehydrated in 78-degree weather. Anyways, said it wasn't long after that his wife received a text alert noting that the thermostat had been remotely altered during a 3-hour energy-saving event. English appears to have enrolled the thermostat operated by the company Energy Hub in a program known as Smart Savers Texas. KHOU 11 notes the program, which customers have to opt into, allows power companies to remotely adjust thermostats when energy demands are high in exchange for an entry into a sweepstake. Other power companies have been known to offer customers reduced billing costs for entering similar programs. I know Oregon had one, by the way, just to let you know. All right, so this guy entered into it. He probably wanted the sweepstakes. He found out what he'd ordered. That's not the point. These smart devices, I'm telling you right now, especially if things continue the way that they're going, with the whole climate catastrophe, we're all going to die. It's not going to be voluntary. Remember, it always starts voluntarily. Take a look at seatbelts. They did a big push to voluntarily use a seatbelt. Well, that quickly became a law, didn't it? It was voluntary about masks. Well, that was only for so long. Voluntary is just to get people used to the terminology, used to the concept, before it turns mandatory. Beware of your smart devices, people. You do know that you're giving up your freedom when you get one.